Hey, hey. So that was good timing. Let me say hi to everyone. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome. Welcome, Cornelia and Yarn and Texas Girl and White Lotus and Capone and Kayer. And I think I said that right, Claire. Patrick's Change, Chris, Kiki, Kimberly. All right. Texas Girl. All right. Let me say hi to everyone. What's up? What's up? What's up? So I'm a little unorganized. So the reason why we're doing part 2 today is because, oh, by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Laura, aka Perplex QT. We started a thing thanks to Capone called Point, which is Perps of YouTube, although it kind of doesn't sound right. So we'll say Perplexed of YouTube, because Perps might think that we're like, SA or something. So let me just pull you guys up on YouTube so I can see you. Okay. So I actually wasn't even going to go live today. I'm going to talk about that. I mean, live this afternoon, but one of my Patreons had asked me to. So before we get started, let me go ahead and tell you guys what's going on with Steam. So I got an email from them that says, hey there, thanks for providing details. Your previous message contained sensitive credit card information. So for your protection, the message has been edited and the unnecessary information has been deleted. I had changed my card yesterday. Steam support will never ask for your full credit card number, security code, or password. I was able to locate these 8 charges. It appears that your credit card information has been compromised. These transactions have been reversed in our system. Once the bank reconciles your account and sees that we have not collected the funds, the charges should drop off your bank or credit card statement. This process may take several weeks depending on the bank. If the charges don't drop off on your bank statement, you will need to contact your bank credit card company and have them release the funds. Thank you for bringing this to our attention. Steam support, and then a name. So I wrote them back. I said, look, is there any way you can find out where it came from? So I'm just waiting to hear back from them. They seem to work all these crazy hours. So that's a good thing. And I'm happy about that. Monica, she was upset yesterday about a creator. Who, me? So yeah, that's happened to me before I got my money. But yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that I'll get it back, but that's a lot of money that I have to wait and hold. And I'm like, shit. Like, thank God I had enough to cover my bills this month. And I was just like freaking out a bit. So especially initially, because that's like it was $560. It's a lot of fucking money. At least to me, it's a lot of money. Some people it may not be, but to me, that's a hell of a lot of money. So now it's just a waiting game. But I looked on the account; it's still pending. So it's just a waiting game. And for those people over in the idiots chat that say, "Oh, it's my son," no, it wasn't my son. Thank you, though. Another thing I just want to bring up real fast that I saw screenshots of, and it's the only thing I'm going to address it on. Why do you always talk about my personal business? Do you ever hear me talk about yours? Nope, sure don't. I don't speak to my brother, not because he hates me like your brother. I don't speak to my brother because he works overnights and I work during the day. And yeah, I don't call my mom enough, but she calls me enough. I speak to her online, but why is this anybody's business? Like, why do you always announce my personal business? I never talk about your life, your business, your family. Like, are you really that fucked up? Well, I guess that was rhetorical. So yeah, I guess you really are that fucked up. So that's the first thing. The other thing, a couple of other screenshots I saw. By the way, B Fergs, since we're on the topic of my custody fight was so long because he kept dragging me back to court. If you knew anything about me, which you don't, you would know that I had an excellent attorney the first 3.5 years. Yeah, you heard that right. 3.5 years. So again, keep your fucking mouth shut about things you know nothing about. Last one I want to address is, I think it was Cookie's mom who made the comment, bitch, I left both my exes, my baby's daddies. They didn't leave me. So carry on with your badass self. So it's one of those things, you know how you see like more lies run about you than you even knew existed? That's some of them. Some of the psychos I wouldn't even address, but those I wanted to address because one just thinks it's perfectly okay to out anything I ever talked to her about. And that's pretty fucking funny, especially when she tries to make it out like my family hates her, like my family hates me like hers does. No. But you still don't see me airing our personal conversations. You still don't see me talking about your personal life. Why? You're just not relevant enough for me to talk about. So, I don't know why I'm not the same, but okay. Just word to the wise, don't ever, ever give Makeup Mobster any kind of personal conversation, because when you guys fall out, she'll air everything to the world. Just saying. So keep that in mind. All right. She said you got MGL to discount your. Why would she discount my fucking space camp ticket? And you pocketed the fundraiser? Yeah, okay. When did I get to discount my space camp? What the fuck? I live here. Why would have anything to do? I mean, why would MGL have anything to do with space camp? Like, these people are fucking stupid. As a matter of fact, MGL didn't even give me any money towards it. So there's that. Like, she said she was going to and then never did. So, okay. Yeah, no. She didn't donate. She didn't give me anything. So try again. She did buy a lot of candles, though. I've never had a falling out with a good friend, but I would hope. You would think so, Monica. But yeah, she just, just blast anything we ever talked about. But yeah, I don't speak to my brother much because he works nights. I sleep at night. I work days. He works nights. I work days, and vice versa. I speak to my sister-in-law 3 times a week. She said she hooked you up with a discount. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Let me ask you something. Like, let's use some logic. How would MGL get a discount on Space Camp? I'm just curious. I agree, Bolo, stunted as fuck. But seriously, how would MGL get a discount in another state just because she went to Space Camp one time? So now she's getting discounts? Get the fuck out of here. These people just make up shit. That's okay, Patrick. You don't need to know. Hold on. Where's my drink? It does make no sense. But I guess desperate people just have to make up lies because that's what they do. I really think she did your CPS call. She's empathetic about how you're a bad mom and what you put your kids through more than any other hater I've. So what do I put my kids through? My kids are wonderful. These people are fucking idiots. Like, I don't even want to know anymore because all it's going to do is piss me off. And then I'm going to end up addressing everything that's said, and they're just not worth it. People put MG on a level she's not on. Thank you. Exactly, Bolo. Like, I live here. How would she get a discount? But anyway, I'm not getting into all that. I could care less what they fucking think. And that's another thing. I'm secure in everything I do and everything I am. If anybody heard something that they want me to confirm, I got no problem with that. Thank you, Susan. I have no problem with that. But, like, if someone, like, I'm glad somebody told me that so I can address that. But as far as like proving or I could care less. Why do people go around the bush with their stories instead of getting the info from the main sources? Because that's not as fun. It's much easier to lie. That's why. It's much easier for these people to lie. Just like B. Ferg saying that if I had a lawyer, then my custody fight wouldn't have been 6 years. Well, that's funny because I had one for 3.5 years. But people just talk. They have no idea what they're talking about. They just run their mouth and, okay, carry on. Yarn, I feel the exact same way. I am way so over them. Susan, you got to buy more. So, okay, so I'm moving on. I really don't care. But I'm going to play something for you guys. I heard you sell Harry can't. Yeah, right. My three healers. I'm going to play something that I was listening to, and it has to do with Ethan. And I want to know your guys' thoughts on it. It kind of goes in sync with what I was saying last night. So as I'm listening to, it's from yesterday, but as I'm listening to this cop, I'm like getting mad because I'm like, oh my God, this kid is in prison. We're not arguing for boarding school here. Like, we're not interviewing boarding schools about what he gets taught. So I want you guys to hear it, and you'll know where my frustration comes from. All right, hold on. Oh, no shit, Chair? No, I was in 6 years. Well, 5.5 years. But I played my own attorney the last 2 because I ran out of money. I couldn't afford it anymore. All right, let me pull up. Thank you, Patrish. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. All right. Hang on.
Not for juveniles, no. And you mentioned this Khan Academy program that is on the tablet, correct? Correct. Are you aware that that's a supplemental to normal schooling program that doesn't count towards a diploma or any type of a degree?
Okay, first of all, and I do have to stop it due to what's it called? Fair use. So, like, I feel like we're interviewing for a boarding school. Why does it matter if this kid gets an education of what's proper and what's not? By the time he gets out of jail, nobody's going to care about his education. So for those of you that are not familiar, this is the preliminary hearing for Ethan Crumbley, who shot up his school. That's awesome, Cornelia. I'm so glad. Hold on 1 second. All right. Let me get, where did you guys go? Uh-oh, I lost you guys. All right, there you are. So in case you guys don't know, Ethan Crumbley walked into school. Let me give you a little background. I'm sorry. I thought everyone knew the case. So, and I'm going to have Kiki come up in a little while. He went to school one day. His parents had bought him a gun for Christmas as a Christmas gift. The kid is 15 years old. He went to school one day. The school found a letter, which is my cover photo, that he's hearing voices and, you know, this is it. And he has all this hate and somebody stop him. And nobody did anything about it. The school called his mom to pick him up. The mom begged the school to let him stay. He then went and killed 4 people. He went and killed 4 classmates. And the parents are also in jail, and Ethan's in jail. So this preliminary hearing, I skipped forward, but this preliminary hearing is to determine if he should stay in the adult prison until his trial, or if he should be transferred to a juvenile hall. So that's the premise of Ethan's case. I've gone in different aspects, interested, not interested, not interested, interested. But then I saw this yesterday and it really sparked something in me because I am so torn on this case. I'm so torn. Should somebody who is tried as an adult still be held responsible as a 15-year-old? Because a 15-year-old, he didn't get the mental help and, should he, even though he's going to spend the next 50, 20, 30, 40 years in prison, he is still 15. So I go back and forth with what I think. But when I heard this, I felt like, who cares? He killed 4 people. So let's move on.
And it's not accredited?
No,
Have you ever used it?
I've not.
And so you don't know that schooling is, 5, 7, 10-minute videos about a certain school subject, correct?
I've not used it.
And you don't know that it doesn't have any sort of high school literature or English program, correct?
It was my understanding that it does, but
And that's on the iPad that's shared, correct?
it's not an iPad.
But she's fighting for him to have this, she's fighting for him to get this education. Why? Why does she care so much? So big deal. He's not getting his education. And you think he needs it in prison?
It's a tablet.
Tablet, sorry.
Yes.
Tablet. And would Mr. Crumbley have access to that tablet for, say, 8 hours a day?
He would have access to that tablet. I can't say verbatim that it's an 8-hour block of time that he would have, but he would have access to it for a significant amount of time.
And you said the time was limited, though, correct?
I said it could be limited based on what the demand is.
Now, have you or anyone under your direction met with Mr. Crumbley to show him how to use that program?
I personally have not.
And you've not directed anybody to do that?
I personally have not.
So you don't even know if Mr. Crumbley can access that program, do you?
It's right there in the tablet with all the other options that are available.
So if I press that on the tablet and get a message that says, error, you cannot connect, you wouldn't know about that.
Well, then I would.
See, but this is where I'm torn. What about the 4 parents, the 4 kids who don't get the option? The 4 lives that he took away, they don't get the option. Those parents don't get an option. Those parents are sentenced to life without their children because of this psycho. That's fucked up. I don't care if this kid gets an education. I'm sorry. I just don't. And I feel, and I said this last night, I'll say it again. I think I feel so strongly about this because I have kids that are his age. I have, Dayton was the same age as the kids he killed. So I think that's why I feel so strongly about it. But I just think it's fucked up.
I would assume that he would bring that problem up to a deputy so we can have that addressed.
Now, other than you, is there anyone else that monitors his tablet usage?
I can't unequivocally answer that question. I don't know.
But in all fairness, many adults fail many children, and you don't see them going to blow up a school. So I can't go with that. I just can't. Look at all prisons, all prisoners, a lot of, people living in minority areas, poor areas, crime infested areas. They will all fail too. But guess what? They don't go shoot up a school. All right, Kiki, you and I are going to argue way worse than me and Steph did.
And if you were to be able to access this program and had questions about the schooling or education provided in the Khan Academy program.
Hold on. But if he's going to live, don't we want them to be better? Ask the parents of the kids that he killed. And there's your answer.
Are there any resources there for him to get answers to questions he may have?
I'm not familiar enough with the Khan Academy.
Have you been in communication or, to your knowledge, anyone on your staff or at your direction with any school district
His parents are in jail.
To supply him instructional materials, supplies, textbooks, assignments, things like that to fulfill the Michigan requirements regarding education.
Our corporation council's been involved in this.
Anybody specifically?
Yes,
And who would that be?
Mary Ann Yergay.
And pursuant to those conversations, other than this tablet program, to your knowledge, nothing has been provided to Ethan for education purposes, correct?
You're correct.
And so as he sits there in jail, he's not getting any sort of
Bolo, I agree with that. I really need to watch their trial. So whatever meeting they had, I haven't watched that hearing yet, but I don't think the parents should be held responsible for what he did, but I don't know.
school credit toward a diploma, correct?
Not at this given moment. No, ma'am.
No further questions, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. McKelvey, did you have any questions?
I do, just a second. Good afternoon, Captain Biden. The cell that you just mentioned he's in with the light that's on 24/7, are all of the cells there that would house a juvenile, they all have the same lighting issue, or are there cells he could be in where he does?
Excellent point, Cornelia. That's what's wrong in our world. Now, for years, the school system has blamed the parents, the government has blamed the system, and the parents have blamed it all. And it all changed when? It's true, though. That's very, very true. Everybody's blaming something else, but at the end of the day, he did it. And nobody is putting the responsibility on him. He is the one that did it, plain and simple. And I understand that. But lots of kids are purchased guns earlier than him. And guess what? They don't go shooting up a school. So there's that.
Doesn't have a light on 24/7.
In that row of cells, those lights are fixed. They stay on
Is that the only place he can be in there?
at this point. At this time, yes.
When he was on that constant watch and couldn't have commissary, which sounds like it would be math-wise about 6 weeks or so, he wouldn't have access to toothbrush, toothpaste, shampoo in the jail unless you can pay for it. You don't have it?
That's factually incorrect.
Well, that's the question I'm asking.
Yeah,
So
so no, we would provide toothbrush, toothpaste, soap.
all those things are
The
provided.
necessities to.
It's not part of commissary.
Correct.
Because you had testified earlier that toothpaste and toothbrush would be in commissary. So the basic stuff they
I
get.
didn't testify to that. What I said was that those are options to purchase. There's hygiene items that are available for hygiene items such as that for people that don't have access to commissary. We hand out upon intake as well as replace upon request.
Okay. Well, and I don't think, I didn't mean to offend you. That wasn't clear then, just basically said commissary. And so if somebody can't afford anything there, at least the basic necessities of hygiene
ma'am.
is given to them regardless of how much or how little money is in their commissary.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Absolutely.
soap is one of those elements, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there towels, are towels provided and then
Yes.
I assume picked up and go to laundry or whatever? They get a towel a day or?
Like earlier, they were talking, you get towels on Sundays, but earlier they were talking about kids and, his normal routines and does he have a window and can he get commissary? Can he deny certain things? Who can, he write to? Well, he's given his basic needs. Let's not forget he did murder 4 people. 4 innocent kids, not just people, kids that had their whole lives ahead of them. I'm sorry, I can't feel for this guy. I just don't. He's not insane. He's sitting there perfectly calm. He's not insane. The cop, that's another thing the police, this cop said, he's never given anyone a problem. He's not off the hook. He's not off the chain. He's perfectly normal. So, sorry. He murdered 4 people, and there were, 4 kids. Kiki, I'm going to drop you a link now. 4 kids. Hey, Pixie, can you send me the link for the parents thing? Adult murderers are entitled to, he's entitled to commissary. They said he gets commissary. Everyone in prison is entitled to commissary. He actually gets commissary from strangers, they said. Not all of them. A lot of prisons eliminated the education. Reagan, if you're listening, I love you, girl. Kiki, I dropped you the link. He needs a mental health facility till 18. And what happens then? Lindsay, you're not allowed to come up because it's going to be 2 against 1. That's what I'm going to do. Look at the evidence. It's horrible. Should have been caught. Well, that's why his parents are in jail. But I agree with Bolo that it's a slippery slope. It really is a slippery slope. See, but my issue with that, hang on. Okay. So my issue though, all right, just put it in. Let me try again. All right. This is like 2.5 hours. So if anyone can tell me when the good stuff is. Parents fail the kid as well as the school. Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still the kid's fault. Now, I was on Lindsay can come up whenever. You guys can all come up whenever you want. I don't care. I think Lindsay's working, though. We need to address what is in front of us. Criminal. How about we need to address the reality that this was the kid? You could blame the parents all day, but the kids didn't shoot 4 of the kids. That is true, Kat. What if Ethan was my kid? Well, I can't because I would have never done that. I would have gotten myself help. I mean, I would have gotten my children help like I always have. Well, Tamara, this is a case discussion channel. So what we do is we discuss cases that are in the news. So nobody's arguing. That's why we're a case discussion channel.
Kiki joined.
Hey, girl. Wait, hold on. All right, turn the camera off. You gotta turn your volume on, though. Your volume's not working. Go back out and come back in. Or detach a headset or something. If my kid shot up a school and killed 4 students, I would love him. I would hold him. And I would try to understand why. I would blame myself. But I would have too much guilt to even deal with anything. Welcome, Yarn. I didn't even know you weren't a member anymore. That's why I like this channel. We can all have different opinion and can debate. Oh, absolutely, Raquel. Absolutely. Would you not want Dane to get help or education? I see, like, this is part of where I'm torn. Yes, of course, I would want him to get help, but it's kind of like a little too late. The kids are dead. You know, where were all these people that want to help him so bad? Where were they before he got murdered? Before he went on a killing spree? Where were they then? How come nobody was fighting for him then? But now, after 4 kids are dead, now they want to keep fighting for him. I'm sorry, but that's a problem. I think the parents need psychological help. Are you there? Kiki, still no sound coming out. I could turn your camera off. Oh. Had the parents presented their child for healthcare services, maybe it wouldn't be different. That's why it's a sticky slope, because maybe it's not going to be different. Maybe he was just a bad seed. Lindsay, StreamYard sucks. But I could still do StreamYard. Melon app is way better than StreamYards. So would you tell Dane you don't care about his educational? If he's going to spend the rest of his life in jail, why would I care about his education? Not me, Tommy. I've been overly on my kids. Melon is too complicated? Okay. If you say so, it's the same link. All right, Kiki, try this. All right, Kiki, hit that. I care about the kids my kid robbed of their educations for no reason. Exactly. He made his choice. He knew what he was doing, knows what he did. He needs to be out of society. 100% agree. Prisoners need to be put to work, not school and outdoor time. They're criminals. Exactly. Shows the kind of parents they are when you try and run, and then you make sure you hire a famous attorney and your kid gets public defender. That's a good point. Should be charged for negligence. Well, you know what, though? Probably because there's nothing they can do anyway. Like, you can have the best attorney in the world. He's still not getting out of this. There are bad seeds that would have a more gracious attitude towards the parents if they presented him for healthcare services, which they didn't. And being biased, you couldn't be a juror on this case. Probably not. I don't know what there is to, I don't know what there else it could be. No, you're not black, Sandra. He murdered somebody. Plain and simple. Definitely not getting out of this, which he deserved. That may be why he didn't get a good attorney. Maybe. The point being, they argue they care for his mental health and his education, but didn't care to get him an attorney that could fight hard to get those things still. Yeah, but at the same time, like I said, I kind of feel like he was screwed anyway. That there's nothing they can do. Kiki, I gave you a StreamYard's link. Because they didn't kill anybody. I kind of understand it, though. I do kind of understand why they put their money in their attorney. I really do. Like I said, he could have the best attorney in the universe. He's still not getting out of what he did. With a good attorney, they might be able to get out of what they did. Yeah, it's an open panel. Because Kiki had wanted to discuss it. And I don't know where she went. Are they the ones who bought the gun the weekend or so before Christmas? Correct. We have personal choice, personal liberty. That's why it's a rocky road of determining who else is at fault. But think about, this is the way I see it. Think about all the cases out there. Self-defense. They had a bad upbringing. She killed him. Aileen Warner. There's a good one to think of. When she got sentenced to death, they didn't really care much about her upbringing or how bad her father was or anything else. They never thought of that. They never took that in consideration. There's people in jail all the time that don't have the same, what's the word I'm looking for? The same leeway, I guess. Any kids could end up like Ethan. That is not true. Most kids don't want to go shoot up their school. From the victim's point of view, thank you, Tommy. Thank you. And a lot of people don't. They only look at it from the perspective. And they say, like, when you do drugs, they say that your age pretty much stops, or your mental health stops from the day you started doing hard drugs. I don't know if it's true or not, but that's what they say. So if that's the case, then so are 3/4 of the people in prison are really have a 15-year-old mentality. That's the case. All right, shut up for your YouTube. What's up? What's up? Shut up for your YouTube.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
Okay, this is way better.
Okay.
But now I can't see anything on YouTube, but oh well.
I'm sorry. All right, so what do you want to yell at me about?
Okay, my point is, yes, he is 15, but do we want him, he's going to be in prison for what, at least 65 years? Why would we not want him to be a better person?
Why do we
even
care?
If he's in prison?
Because why do we care?
Should care, though.
Why? He didn't
because
care when
we should be better people than that.
But he didn't care when he took the lives of 4 people. He didn't care.
I know that. I know that, but I also think that he is seriously disturbed. And the prosecution obviously thinks he's disturbed. They say that he, they're releasing all these things about how the parents never got back to him on anything. So they, if anything, they are giving him the case for insanity by the things that they are saying. And that's the only thing that has changed my mind about him.
I don't know. From a perspective of the victim, in America, I don't know how it is other places, but in America, we put way too much into the perpetrator than the victim. We do that a lot in our system.
Yeah, you're right.
He's admitted to it. We all know what he did. This is not like, is he innocent or is he guilty? We know what he did. And it just seems to be forgotten about. If I'll give you a good example of what I mean. I don't remember her name. This is how many cases I look at. The cop that walked into the wrong apartment and shot the guy.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Amber something. All right. I was like, this is bullshit. I understand it could happen, but I'm not buying it. And then the brother of the victim hugged her, told her that he is okay. He forgives her. Then my mind changed. Then I was like, well, if he can forgive her, I certainly can. So my point is, if the families of these 4 victims want him to get help or care about his well-being, then I'll change my mind. But until then, there's 4 14 and 15-year-olds that are dead because of his actions, because of all the people that failed him. But ultimately, those people that failed him didn't hold a gun to his head. So, sorry.
I can't yell at you for that opinion. I would actually agree with that. I would put way more credence into what the victims' families would want for him. I guess I just feel like he has never had parents. Like I feel empathy for the fact that he's never had a parent. I feel like they ignored every single sign of help. And I just think that that's terrible. And I'm so glad that they're being tried and prosecuted. And hopefully, I don't even know what's going to happen. That's another mess. But I just think that in some ways, he still does need a little bit of mental health help.
He definitely needs mental health, but my thing is no more than any other person in prison that needs mental health. A lot of them need mental health. Most prisoners need mental health. Even juveniles that go to juvenile, prison, they need mental help. And a lot of them allegedly get mental help and then they come out and kill again.
I guess just because he's 15, he's still a kid. And I feel like he should, even if he's in solitary confinement, I think he would still be better off in juvie. But I talked to Steph. Steph had mentioned that the juvie systems are even worse. They can be. So I don't know. My point is, I just think that he went for so long with no help. He definitely did this, and he deserves everything that he's going to get.
But
I do agree with that.
But lots of kids don't get the parenting that they need or parenting that is best for them, and they don't go shoot up a school. Even the ones that are in jail for robbing a store, rape, murder, lots of things, they still weren't teenagers that walked into a school and blew up classmates or shot at classmates. So why does he get all these hearings and privileges that all these other prisoners who grew up in the same type of home, who were failed by a system, failed by them, failed by their parents, failed by CPS, they still don't go shoot up a school. They may do drugs and rob a store or something like that. But even at 15, they don't get the same privileges. Why?
But that shows me that he's even more messed up than we even know. And Laura, I really the preliminary for the parents showed so much of what the parents ignored, of all the things that Ethan was doing and asking for, and saying that like he was he texts his mom, like, Mom, are you home? Like, I just heard a bathroom door shut, or I just heard the bathroom door. Like, and the mom would ignore him for like 2 days. I mean, some of this stuff is actually really, well, all of it is terrible, but like the parents are, I know that they didn't actually pull the trigger, but they may as well have.
Hold on. Lindsay, I understand that, but so are half of the people in jail, if not more than half. Shit, half of YouTube has mental illness. That's obvious. But you just, I don't see, I'm just torn because, yes, I know he's 15, and I am a type of person that fights for kids that are in jail. You know, kids that do a crime shouldn't be committed for the rest of their life because they didn't totally, you know, their brains aren't full, but taking a gun to school and blowing up a school, I had more sympathy for Columbine because they were bullied. You know, you can blame the bullies, you can blame this one. A lot of these school shootings have to do with bullies. This kid, everyone's blaming anything but bullying, and they're just blaming the parents. Okay, he had bad parents. So to half, 3/4 of people in jail, and probably 1/4 of America have bad parents. That
But
doesn't
did
mean
you
you blow
see
up a
all of the
school.
things that they ignored?
What about the parents of victims? What about those people?
Like I said, I agree that they should definitely have, I would hold credence to what they have to say. I just don't know when or if they get a chance to say anything. Like, I know that if he has a trial, obviously victim impact statements and stuff like that, but I have no idea I haven't heard a thing about what the parents want. I'm just saying from my perspective, if this kid is going to be in prison for the rest of his life, why not make him a better person for the rest of his life in jail?
And I'm going to play some of it. Someone said, you know, you'll feel differently the way he treated them. And that's why the parents are in jail. So, you know, I can understand why the parents are in jail from everything everyone is saying. And parents need to be more accountable for their children. Granted. But even parents that are horrible, horrific parents still don't shoot up a school. We're not talking one kid. We're not talking an accident. Hey, Allison, we're not talking that some kid, you know, was in a bad place at the wrong time. And he did this because of his upbringing and his mental illness and all this other stuff. We're talking a kid who walked into school one day and thought about it all day. It wasn't like he did it as soon as he saw someone and he shot them. You know, look at all the circumstances. It was festering in him all day. He could have gone home. He could have walked away. He could have told his mom, no, I really need to go home, or I'm going to do something I regret. There's lots of choices that he could have made that day. But the choice he did, the path he took, was a conscious and intentional path. And that was, I want to stay in school so I can kill people. That's it. His mom was there. He had choices that day. And he chose the one that murdered 4 innocent people for no reason.
He had choices, the parents had choices, and the school had choices. The schools have sent kids home for way less than what this kid did. So I just.
And what if he murdered your child?
I agree. That's why I said that I would put more credence into what the victim's family said. Because if it was my kid, absolutely, I think I would 100% have a different. I would want him dead. I mean, I would be pissed beyond words. I can't even comprehend what I would feel. I can only judge from where I'm at in my life, and that's if this kid. What he did is awful. He's going to be in prison the rest of his life. I just think that he should get help. That's all.
Okay. My other flip side about the getting help dealing with what? How to be institutionalized? Because people are acting, I don't mean you personally, but I keep seeing when I'm watching the arguments from yesterday, I keep seeing people talk about how important it is. And Steph said it last night. How important it is for him to, you know, be able to be in a jail. but he's going to be institutionalized either way. Whether he gets help or he doesn't get help, his institutionalization of being in adult prison or even juvenile, but within 5 years, it doesn't matter if he knows how to deal with society because he's going to be institutionalized. And every single person in prison is not getting a pass. Every single person in prison is not getting the help of how to deal with life in society. And they're not going to teach you how to deal with the institutionalization. I don't think anybody can. I don't think there's a class to teach what it's like to be institutionalized. So after 20, 30 years of being institutionalized, his education, it doesn't matter. Him being able to talk to people doesn't matter. It's just not.
So he should just become a vegetable for the rest of his life?
He's not going to be a vegetable. He's going to be institutionalized regardless of if they treat his mental illness. They can treat his mental illness with medication like every other prisoner. But all these other prisoners that just happen to do something later in life, they still had the same bad parents. They still had the same bad upbringing, probably a lot worse than what they had to begin with. So they didn't get the help. They got the same medication and they're institutionalized, and that's it.
I mean, there's just a part of me that I don't know what help he can get or what they offer. I tried looking up a bunch of different statutes for the insanity plea. I mean, okay, this is a question for you. If he pleads insanity and he gets that, where does he go from there?
He's not going to get the insanity plea. So me and Steffa was talking about that last night, that he's not going to get the insanity plea. Very, very, very few juveniles is it honored. And Michigan is a state where they rarely honor it. He won't get that. He can try, but he won't get it.
But if he did get that, what do they do with those people?
But Michigan won't allow a juvenile to get it. It has to be so rare. Having bad parents doesn't make you insane. Blowing up a school doesn't make you insane. He didn't kill himself, so he's not that insane. He wanted to be proud of what he did. And he kept himself alive. That's the only reason. That's the difference between someone that intentionally does it and wants to be proud of themselves, like he said he did, or someone that shoots, realize what they did, and just shoots themselves, or suicide by cop. Yeah, how about the mental illness that the victim's family will develop from this case? Or like I said last night, what about all the kids that were in the school that can't even think of going to school anymore? They just can't handle it.
And for somebody saying that I'm not feeling sorry for him, I feel there's a difference between sympathy and empathy. And I'm just coming from a place that just cares about kids in general. And I think what he did was absolutely disgusting and horrendous, but he's still alive. And that's my only point, is that he should be treated with a little bit of help. I'm not saying that he should get away with anything. I'm saying I feel awful for the families. I'm just saying that I have empathy from a mental health standpoint. That's all I'm saying. I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel like he should be babied or coddled. But I think that his mental health should be treated. That's all.
But Colleen, and I agree with you, but they didn't seem to have a problem with Damien Echols. He was in solitary confinement for 10 years. 10 fucking years. And I didn't see the system. The system failed him. Every system failed him. 10 years that man stayed in solitary confinement on death row. That's insane. Like, solitary confinement is no joke, but they don't have him in solitaire. He's isolated for his own protection, but he gets out. He's got a window in his room. It's not like what Damien Echols went through for 10 years.
And I made the comment about the vegetable because somebody's brain when they don't have an education and it's not really doing anything, they do become a vegetable. For whoever wrote that, I wasn't.
But at least
So
he
that-
has the option to become a vegetable, unlike the families of the victims.
You're right. I like I said, I can't argue that point. I hold a lot more credence in what the victims of the families want. And it took, for instance, it took a long time for Nicholas Cruz and all of with that whole thing that happened with the Parkland shooting. I mean, we just got a little bit of closure in that case just recently. So I mean, the parents, this is it's a life sentence for them. It's awful. I don't know what to think about it. I just feel like he deserves, or he
Why
needs help.
does he deserve anything?
Not deserve. I use the wrong word. He needs help. Because what if he attacks a guard? What if he attacks,
Oh, well, and I'm not yelling at you, but oh, well. So he gets attacked or attacks somebody. That's part of prison. It's part of prison life. You made your choice. And people are going to attack you and you're going to have to fight. That's the choice that you made when you decided to kill 4 kids. That's just the way it is. Sorry.
Grace, I do have a point. My point is that I think that he needs help. That's my point. My point is that if he is going to be if they are going to let him back in juvie, he needs psychiatric help. That's my only point in any of this. So it's not that I don't have a point. I agree with Laura on a lot of things. What I'm saying is I think he needs help mentally.
Kat, he doesn't have to. He gets a tablet in his room. He can have a tablet for a couple of hours a day. He can talk to the outside world. He can message family and friends. It's not like where I went for county, we had a payphone that you had to use a calling card. You got no privileges. You didn't get a tablet. You didn't get anything. So yeah, he's got more technology than you think.
I mean, I feel like people are thinking that I think that this kid should just, go out and, I should take him for ice cream. That's not what I'm saying. I think that he deserves to be in prison for the rest of his life.
Well, hold on. Lindsay, that is true. The cop was saying it. I can play the part of everything he gets in prison. Yeah, but Colleen, I'm saying it's extremely rare that juveniles, and Michigan is a state that doesn't acknowledge minors being insane. I read it last night. It's on my live from last night. Oh, Kiki
That's
knows
okay,
we're not
AJ,
attacking
and
her.
you can disagree. I don't have a problem with that at all. I just I feel, like I said, I just feel, especially after watching the parents' preliminary hearing, like there's a lot to that, but especially after watching, I just think that he's needed some psychiatric help for a long time. But and again, I put a lot more credence into what the victims' families would say, or would want, or what they would say.
No, Juicy, yeah, he's mom, but he has access to a tablet where he can write and talk to people. Even strangers can write him through this tablet, is what they're saying. He gets more than the kids he murdered. Damn right. He's a teen. Yeah, he's not a kid. He's a teenager. And he killed 4 other teenagers. I agree with that. He's still a minor. I mean, I'm not going to argue the fact he's not a minor. He's definitely a minor. But
and he has no parents. I mean, and I know there's a lot of kids that don't have any parents, but what are his next steps, I guess, in this situation without any kind, because generally when these kinds of things happen, people still have their parents.
No.
Well, I guess not all of them. That's what I was saying. I guess not all of them, but a lot of cases with kids, they still do have their parents. So without any kind of, I guess who does he go to?
Yeah.
Does he? Because they said that he doesn't can't talk to his his parents.
Okay. So I just want to read something that I found real quick. In 2019, because that's the one I pulled up, in 2019, there were 696,620 juvenile arrests. That's kids arrested under the age of 17. Well, under 18, meaning they're 17. Murder and non-negligent manslaughter, 860. Rape, no number. Robbery, 16,000. I'm just rounding off. Aggravated assault, 27,000. Burglary, 20,000. Larceny theft, 83,000. Motor vehicle theft, 13,000. Arson, 1,800. Simple assault, 126,000. Forgery and counterfeiting, 850. Fraud, 3,500. Embezzlement, 540. And mind you, these are all minors. Stolen property, buying, receiving, possessing, 8,900. Vandalism, 31,000. Weapons carrying, 16,000. Prostitution, 290. Drug abuse violations, 81,000. Gambling, 190. Offenses against the family and children, 3,000. Driving under the influence, 5,500. Liquor laws, 26,000. Drunkenness, 3,000. Disorderly conduct, 53,000. Vagrancy, 350. All other offenses except traffic, 144,000. Curfew and loitering, 14,000. Property crime index, 119,000. Violent crimes, 44,000. That is in 1 year. Okay? 1 year, 2019. My point being, do you think all of these people are getting the same mental help or the same fight or the same anything that he's getting or that you're fighting for him? Do you think all 696,000 people could be in a court system and should get an education and should get proper treatment? Because I guarantee you, at least 75% of them fell through the cracks of the system.
Yeah, I guarantee you they're not getting that help. I mean, again, this case is right in front of our eyes, so that's why, I have an opinion on it. But I think that, of course, if those cases were all brought in front of our eyes, that's so much.
It's crazy, right?
That's insane.
And it says in 2019, this is from the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. In 2019, law enforcement agencies in the U.S. made an estimated 696,620 arrests of persons under age 18, 58% less than the number of arrests in 2010. Beginning in 2013, FBI broadened the definition of rape, removing the phrase forcible from the offensive name and description. Violent crime category includes offenses of murder, robbery, and aggravated assault. That's crazy. 2019 is the highest. Well, in 2018, there were 728,000 arrests of minors. In 2017, there were 809,000 arrests of minors. 2016 had 856,130. 2015 had 921,580. 2014 had 1,023,810. 2013 had 1,081,420. 2010 had 1,642,510 with over 1,000 murders. That's insane. At least the youth is getting better. My God. That's some crazy numbers. So,
Allison, no, I do not have children.
No, I totally understand Kiki's point of view because in most cases, I feel the same way she does. But this case, for some reason, has me torn because I guess of his actual crime over just a regular crime. You know what I mean? Just a regular
Yeah.
murder or being in the wrong place at the wrong time or, blame a video game or something. All of those
Yeah.
scenarios I get. And I could justify and I could say, well, they didn't know any better because they are young and their brain's not fully developed and so on and so on and so on. I get all that. But the severity of this one's crime, I have a big problem with. And like I said, it probably hits me more because of the age of my own children. Where the hell are the parents and the family?
That's fair. That's fair. I'm not a parent, and I think that it would definitely touch me more. I've worked in schools. I mean, I've had very close calls in certain situations where we have had to go into, thank God nothing has actually happened, but I have been in situations where, that's why I do care about kids so much. And at first, when I heard about this case, I was like, this kid is awful, like just a bad seed, disgusting, like how could he do this? But when I watched the preliminary of the parents, it just changed my mind a little bit that this kid needs a lot of help, and they ignored every single sign. That was my only point of saying anything. I was not trying to give feel sorry for him or anything like that. But if somebody is mentally ill, then they need medicine, just like if you're physically ill, you need medicine.
But all of these people, the 2 million people that killed in 2010 or got arrested, the 658,000 other minors, what about their parents? What about their home life? What about, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not treating everybody the same. So if he's in population with all these other kids, well, if he's the only one getting help, like, I understand it's one kid at a time, but again, I go back to the victims. The victims' families don't get that choice. The victims' families aren't allowed to say, well, what's best for their kid, because their kid is dead. And you can't take that back. But your kid could be in Ethan's position and not the victim's. Could be, but actually not, because my kid wouldn't do that. My kid may do other things, but my kid wouldn't blow up a school. So
I like 98% agree with you. I just feel like his parents failed him to the point of beyond extreme. And I know, like you said, the other kids that you mentioned, like it can't be a special circumstance. I get that. I guess it's just because this case is right in front of our eyes that, I have an opinion on that.
Because, Lindsay, that's how the courts are making it out. And that's what I keep hearing. So instead of arguing this, let's, it's, no, not in our state. It's in Michigan. Let's go. Can anyone tell me approximately when the best stuff is in the parents' trial? Like beginning, middle, end?
The whole thing.
Yeah, but it's 2 hours.
I know.
Let's see.
Really, when the detective is on with the messages, that's a really important part.
Okay. Do you know if that's beginning, middle, or end?
I can't remember how they did, because they had her employer, a friend of hers from the horse farm, and I think the detective was at the end. Actually, go to the end, because they set a second day for another for the second part of the preliminary hearing. So the detective was at the end.
Your CV. By my count, you have 30 trained specific cell phone accounts. Does that sound about right? Yes, sir. Or usually taking November the 26th, correct?
That's 6 through.
What are those photographs? 10:56.
This guy's on the whole time.
James Crumbley, November the 30th. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he goes through a lot of messages that are very crucial.
And you've already had the chance before today to view that video, all right? Correct. People move to admit this is 17.
Any objections?
Lindsay, you think her coworker is a good part?
On your end. Jennifer Crumbley.
No, Your Honor, as long as we're going to watch the video and I can make sure it's one.
Absolutely.
He admitted that's exhibit 17.
We can play it on the screen here. And sir, if you could confirm that this is what you actually found on the phone. Sir, was that what you found off the Ethan Crumbley's phone on November 26, 6:39 p.m.? Yes, sir. Okay. Now, does this firearm appear to be consistent with the firearm posted on the Ethan Crumbley account? Yes, sir. Does it also appear to be consistent with the firearm posted on Jennifer Crumbley's Instagram account? Yes, sir. Now, this is a 13-second clip. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. And really at the very end, the 13th second here. What is this right here that we're looking at? This black rope object?
That would be a gun lock.
And is a gun lock provided to the purchaser of a handgun typically?
Yes, sir.
Right.
What are they looking at?
Blue bubble on the left-hand side, the first text or Facebook message.
Text messages or Facebook
message,
messages.
on November the 30th is from who?
From J.C. Rumley.
Okay, and that's identified obviously as defendant Jennifer Crumbley?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what date and time was this?
That was at 11/30/2021 at 9:33 a.m.
You could read that post, please.
Call now, emergency, now's an all times.
Now, the second message you sent? The first message was following.
Sent after that was just the word emergency.
And what time was that sent?
9:35 a.m.
33 or 9:35?
35 a.m.
And what was the next message on the thread?
Jennifer sent 2 photos.
Okay. And were you able to tell in your data extraction and your review what these photographs were that she sent?
Yes, sir.
What are those photographs?
It's the drawing, the math test that Ethan had that he had drawn on.
And sir,
My ADD is never going to get through this.
top, one has already been.
Yeah, it's
evidence
pretty,
exhibit 7. The other one is going to be exhibit
complicated.
7.
Not complicated, just too many things going on. They're all moving, they're all playing with their hair, like they're not giving complete sentences.
Yeah, I don't know. Wherever I watched it, it was showing it on like a screen, all of the messages.
Exhibit 7 was
Oh, see, they're not doing that on this one.
Yeah,
Let me see.
that's annoying.
Let me see if I can get a different one. How she told the coworker her son was weird. Well, that's not out of the norm.
She was really worried about her job afterwards, which was very odd to a lot of people. She had texted her boss saying, "Please don't judge me for what my son. I hope you don't judge me for what my son did. I hope I still have a job." Just very weird.
All right, let's see. This one is.
What if everything?
Okay, Amanda, just if you try to match.
Why is all the
my
volume
voice,
so low?
You should be fine, so everybody can hear you. You're employed at a real estate management company, and what is your title or position there?
Administrative assistant,
Okay, and who are you an assistant to? One person or more than one person?
one person,
And who's that?
Andrew Smith,
Okay, and where is your, do you have an office or a desk?
the desk.
Is it cubicle or just,
No, this is Michigan.
I would say a cubicle.
okay. Your Honor, I do just want to, to make a good record, the duty owed here is to protect the community from their son intentionally harming somebody when they knew he was preoccupied with violent material, that he had access to a gun, he could use it when he wanted to, and he was disturbed. It's a parental duty. It goes far beyond careless. It's gross negligence, and there's absolutely a duty. And I didn't get a chance to tie that together, but I'll move on. What was the indicator to you that there was another relationship going on outside Jennifer Crumbley's marriage?
She spoke to me about it.
Okay. Did you notice anything prior to that?
I didn't notice anything, no.
Okay. What did she say?
She had told me that she had been seeing somebody else.
And did she tell you who that person was?
No.
And did she tell you when she saw that person?
After the fact, one time she did, yes.
Okay. Tell me about that.
There was a point where I had noticed that she wasn't there in the morning, and she had mentioned that she had seen a man in the morning during work hours.
What do you mean you noticed she wasn't there? Was it before she was supposed to come into work?
I typically got in after her. I would notice that she had been there, her light was on and everything, but she was not there. And it would be about an hour until I would see her.
Where?
Costco.
And did she say
we were friends on Facebook, yes.
Or on November 29th?
Yes.
And was there anything unusual that occurred that day?
She mentioned that she got a message from the school, but she didn't go or do anything, I don't think.
Okay. Recently around that time?
No. I'm concerned he would be lonely. Yes.
Okay. What's the first? How would you just?
Give him some work and give him a little some.
Did that happen once, more than once?
More than once.
Okay.
All right, so there's nothing in this testimony. All right.
I know there was her boss. It was and he was. There were a lot of interesting points throughout the whole thing, or well, not interesting, just like crazy. Like I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
There we go.
She said he can't be left alone. Chilling new evidence comes to light in court as prosecutors lay out their case against James and Jennifer Crumbley. Good to be with us today at 5. They appeared in court together today for a preliminary hearing that lasted all day.
Multiple witnesses took the stand, from one of Jennifer's friends to her boss at work. We want to bring in defender Sean Lane tonight. Sean, a lot of new evidence in the case is coming to light.
And let's get right to that evidence, the new evidence we learned inside court today through testimony. Number one, that we're told through witnesses that Jennifer Crumbley allegedly showed 3 people the morning of the shooting that disturbing drawing and cry for help made by Ethan Crumbley that he was caught with in class again the morning of the shooting. Also, the morning before the shooting, 2 witnesses say Jennifer Crumbley told them that she feels like she failed Ethan as a parent. Before all this, the judge in the case let the Crumbleys have it, saying she does not want them to try to communicate in court again.
You're not having communication with each other. It's disruptive and it is disrespectful.
Judge Julie Nicholson ordering James and Jennifer Crumbley to not communicate during today's tension-filled hearing. Jennifer Crumbley asked for her chains and handcuffs to come off so she could write notes to her lawyer. Sheriff's deputies said no.
Because of their status, their maximum security status, I don't feel comfortable removing the cuffs.
Prosecutor Karen McDonald then tried to show that the Crumbleys were more concerned with 2 horses they owned instead of Ethan. But Jennifer Crumbley also sent a text that her son couldn't be left alone. Friend Kira Pennick then says Jennifer Crumbley sent her Ethan's violent drawing the morning of the shooting. Right after the shooting, another message from Jennifer Crumbley. Quote, "My son ruined so many lives today."
What did you take that to mean?
I took that as he was the shooter at Oxford.
Pennick said at times Jennifer Crumbley referred to her son as weird.
And she did talk to you about her son being weird.
Yes.
And she did talk to you about the fact that he only had one friend.
No, Kiki, you don't have to. I know somebody popped on. It's just... Oh, I thought I was showing this. Hold on. StreamYards. I can handle 6 people at once. Somebody popped on, but I didn't see it. So whoever popped on, you can come back. Kiki, you can come back. It's not a preliminary hearing. It's a hearing. A lack of empathy is very... Well, you know what, Diana? Since I have no empathy, do me a favor. You can leave. As a matter of fact, I'll give you the boot. Where'd she go?
Yep.
What? All right, Diana, you can go elsewhere with your fake ass account. Who knows? They're so fucking stupid. All right. Diana, I think you should do this on your own channel. That's what I think. Diane team. Yeah, it's one of them. Where was I? All right.
Yes.
As news of the shooting broke, Jennifer Crumbley's boss got a text from her. Quote, "I need my job. Please don't judge me for what my son did."
I was surprised by that text.
Why is that?
I was surprised she was worried about her job at the time. I thought she'd be more worried about what was going on.
Back here live. That is just scratching the surface of what went on here today in this marathon hearing that is far from over. It will pick up again on February 22nd. The prosecutors could call 30 witnesses.
Oh, you mean it picks up again? Gotcha. Diana. Assholes. Parents should be held accountable as well. I don't know. It's a slippery slope. Who dat?
Me?
Hey. You there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What were you able to see? I missed it.
Nothing. Just, is this it? Hold on.
Don't buy another flashlight.
James and Jennifer Crumbley, parents of the accused Oxford High School shooter, sat and listened today as one witness after another came forward with accounts of the Crumbleys' actions on November 30th, and in some cases before that terrible day. Local 4 Defender Sean Lay has been watching the day-long hearing. Sean, there were lots of text messages, but also a 911 call.
Correct. And family members of some of the Oxford victims also in the courtroom having to listen to this and listen to disturbing new evidence. Look, Oakland County Prosecutor Carrie McDonald started building a very long case today that Ethan Crumbley's parents allegedly knew that he was in crisis, crying out for help, but failed to act. The morning of the Oxford school shooting, James, Jennifer, and Ethan Crumbley met with Oxford school officials about violent images and cries for help written on Ethan's math text. The meeting lasted 13 minutes. The parents left without Ethan. James Crumbley went right back to his job making DoorDash deliveries. When the shooting started, James Crumbley made this call to 911.
I have a missing gun, and my son is at the school, and we had to go meet with the counselor this morning.
Prosecutors going over videos of the handgun they say the Crumbleys bought for Ethan Crumbley, shooting target photos and photos they say is Ethan Crumbley holding the gun. Prosecutors building their case that the Crumbleys knew Ethan was in crisis and needed help. Found on Jennifer Crumbley's phone the day before the shooting, she searched clinical depression treatment options. Also the day before the shooting, after Ethan was caught looking up ammo on his phone in class, this is the call made to Jennifer Crumbley from the school.
He was on his phone looking at bullets and that sort of thing. So she just wanted us to have a conversation. We did. He said he had been to the shooting range with you this weekend, and we were like, yep, guns are a hobby for a lot of people and shooting ranges, and that's perfectly normal.
The next day, the morning of the shooting, Jennifer sent Ethan's violent drawing to her husband. James Crumbley messaged back, "My God." Jennifer Crumbley responding, he said he was distraught about last night.
Sweet pea, yes, but a juvenile cannot get the death penalty.
I'm very concerned. Digging deeper into the cell phone here, last April, police say text messages from Ethan Crumbley to his mother alerting her that he was seeing demons inside their home whenever he was left alone and they were destroying the house. Those text messages by the mother, prosecutors say, were left unanswered. Just in November, before the shooting, he sent a friend a text extracted from his phone by authorities saying, "I'm going to ask my parents to take me to the doctor and tell them about the voices." He also had a video showing off a different gun saying his dad left it unsecured. Time to shoot up the school, he texted a friend, just joking. Much more of this continuing on.
Okay, let me also say this. This right here rules out insanity. He knew what he was doing. He knew that the voices shouldn't be there. He knew that he needed help and reached out for it. So my opinion of what has changed is his parents should be in jail and they should be held responsible. That is one opinion that I had that definitely has changed.
Yep. That was opinion mine that changed too.
So, but he is definitely not insane. He knew he needed help. He knew that he had to get help. Someone that's insane doesn't know that they're insane. Someone that's insane doesn't understand that they need help. That's why they're insane, because they don't understand what right from wrong. I agree, Tommy. They'll never get insanity. Especially from those texts. He was telling them in text that he is in psychosis. A 15-year-old, if you're smart enough to know that you're in a psychotic state, you are absolutely not insane. So that whole defense goes right out the window. And that's exactly what the lawyers are going to fight. He's not insane.
So you think that there's more to it? Like, you think that he purposely is trying to make it seem like he was insane?
No, I think they're just using it. My three healers, do you want your camera on? Because it is. I can't, your volume's off. I can't unmute you. Now I can see you, but I still can't hear you. It's not working. Try this link. My three healers, I'm going to give you the other link. Some people StreamYards work, some people it doesn't work. It's crazy. Hold on. I can't hear you at all.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything either.
My three healers, look in Discord. I dropped the link in Discord. I'm in the UK, believe in death penalty. Yeah, they don't have death penalty for kids, though. They abolished that. Rightfully so. No kid should be sentenced to death. That I agree with, 150%.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we can.
Oh, great. Now it's all weird. I can't hear you on my side.
Try the other link. I just put it in Discord.
Hold on a second.
I wonder what George Carlin would say of the state of the world today. Yeah, right? Or George Burns. Yo. Still can't
hear you. My phone's being stupid. I'm gonna have to. We'll have to talk another day, but I'll be down there. Okay.
Try the link I put. Oh, she can't even hear me. All right. Try the link I put in Discord.
And I do believe there is a lawsuit against the school as well. Somebody just asked if the school is going to be held responsible. I don't know to what extent, but.
Well, that's already. Yo. My three healers. Nope. Not working. School's being sued for $100 million. Damn right they should. Hey, Marisa.
Last try.
Yo.
Last try. All right. That's it.
You can
it's
hear
not gonna
us?
Work. I can't. I don't know what it's.
Go look at the link in.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right. I'm just going to say, I guess, what my thoughts are. is my thoughts are that this young man, okay, he's going to jail. That's really kind of all there is to it. We don't know why he's doing what he did, but he's going to jail. He has to be managed. So I guess to me, behavioral therapy and education is still necessary because they have to manage him, and there's guards and other prisoners that are around him. And I guess that's kind of my line of thinking. So that we have to take that into consideration as well.
No, I don't.
So, but yeah, it sounds like you're underwater. So not to disrespect you, but I'm going to jump down. I'm going to listen to what you have to say on YouTube. Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye. It's not school's fault that he was a bad apple and no, but the school could have stopped it. The school should have pressed more that he should have left. So I do believe the school should be sued. I would sue the pants off the school if my kid was killed at school. Shit, people sue McDonald's if their coffee's too hot. You don't think people should kill the school? Come on now.
I agree with whoever said that every school should have metal detectors. I 100% agree.
We have cops at ours, and I'm in a AAA school, and we have cops parked out in front of all the schools, like real cops, not security guards, real policemen.
The school that I worked at that almost got shot into, I mean, it was protected in all aspects. I mean, you had to ring the bell to come in. You had to go through like 3 different doors, and somebody was almost still able to go through. It's insane. If people want to commit a crime, they're going to find a way to do it.
Steph, I don't know if I agree with that. I'm looking it up. Yeah, that's not true. In most people with schizophrenia, symptoms generally start in their mid to late 20s, though it can start later, up to their mid 30s. Schizophrenia is considered early onset when it starts before the age of 18. Onset of schizophrenia in children younger than age 13 is extremely rare. When teens are diagnosed before they're 18, schizophrenia tends to show up earlier in males and females. For males, it's typically between 18 and 25. For females, between ages 25 and 35. Maybe that's half of this community.
So Steph is saying they cannot be labeled as that.
But there are children schizophrenics. That's not true. That's what I'm looking up. Schizophrenia, ages 13 to 18. Schizophrenia is one of the most complex of all mental health disorders. It is a severe, chronic, and disabling disturbance of the brain that causes distorted thinking, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, show me where it says you can't diagnose. Because I'm seeing nothing of that. I'm seeing it's not common. Schizophrenia.
I really want to know why they didn't search his backpack.
Schizophrenia in children and adolescents is usually diagnosed by a child and adolescent psychiatrist. Other mental health professionals usually participate in the completion of a comprehensive mental health evaluation to determine individualized treatments. Yeah, I don't know where you guys are getting this because it's not true. It's just not normal to be, but it's there. Say age 6 to 12, schizophrenia. Unless I'm missing some, but that's what it says.
From everything that I read, I thought that it was diagnosed at a later age too, but you guys would know more than me about that.
A child born into a family with one or more family members affected by schizophrenia has a greater chance of developing schizophrenia than a child born into a family with no history. After a person has been diagnosed in a family, the chance for a sibling to also be diagnosed is 7 to 8%. Crazy.
Wait, 7 to 8% will get diagnosed?
No, the chances of them getting schizophrenia if you have a parent.
Oh, wow.
The Slenderman case were not found guilty by mental disease or defect and committed to mental health institutions for sentences of 25 to 40 years. Who would have ever thought that we would have seen our kids' grandkids? Technically, but you cannot for certain diagnose child because so much has changed in development. I don't know. According to everything I'm reading, you can. Look at Janie, the youngest person. Yeah, they have to treat schizophrenia if a kid is showing all the signs. They wouldn't have any stuff on it. Experience them in school shooting. Yeah, there's lots of school shootings. Some mental ill people will never get better. They refuse meds or help. A wealthy relative dealt for 30 years. He's dangerous. Legally, family can't do much. It's crazy.
This case is crazy, and the parents are even, that whole thing is even crazier, that they are kind of sharing co-counsel with both of the parents, seemingly extramarital affairs. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be a conflict of interest. I have a feeling this case is going to be in the news for a while.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to watch more. I may even put off the Holly Bobo for a week and cover this for the week. I don't know. I'll have to see. Yes, Susan, you can. Here's the link. Which side do you want to come on? Everyone seems like StreamYards, even though it sucks.
It works for me.
Bipolar, but cannot have the official diagnosis till 18. But there is an official diagnosis. That's what I'm having a hard time understanding. They told me that they couldn't officially diagnose Phoenix when he was diagnosed, but they still diagnosed him. Here in the UK, schizophrenia is a sign of permanent psychosis. If someone has experienced psychosis for 6 months, they can be diagnosed with schizophrenia. I don't know the age. Yeah. Most meds given for mental health can't be given till. Where are you guys getting these statistics? I don't understand everything I'm reading. I'm not seeing any of that. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm right. I'm just saying I'm not seeing any of it.
No, they did not search his backpack, Amelia.
Because there are so many case studies with kids having schizophrenia and being diagnosed with schizophrenia or mental illness. Hey, Susan.
Hi, Laura. How are you, darling?
Good. How are you?
Hey, Susan.
Hiya.
What's going on?
What's going on, Laura? I'll tell you now. Well, I have a lot of people interested in your candle business, and I have for the first of next month.
Okay.
I'm going to be making a lot of there's going to be a lot of stuff with your, do you know the way I went into your your page
Okay.
for your candles, and you might, yeah. I have 15 Irish people who want stuff.
All right. Cool deal.
So you're gonna kill me
No.
because you'll be thinking that bitch is that. They want a lot of stuff.
Okay. What you
And
want to
basically,
do?
what happened was,
What you want
I've
to
sent
do
some
is email me, and I will give you a price for shipping. If it's going to all different
Yeah.
places, it's going to be a little more expensive, obviously.
No.
But it going to one
What
place
we're
or
going to do, Laura, what we're going to do is we're going to send them all here.
okay, yeah,
And what I'll do is I'll repost them onto Ireland.
okay,
Because I posted some of you sent me so many, bless your heart, you sent me so many wax melts. I was like, whoa. I was like, and a little beautiful silver bag with loads of little they were like gummy bears.
Well, they're gummy bear wax melts.
Yeah, they're fab. So I was showing family members, and one family member will go on to another family member, and they're all mad into wax melts and candles. And one thing you can't get in the UK is, do you know the way you do the double wicks?
Yes.
You cannot get that in the UK or Ireland, and they were mad about that.
Okay, I could do one more.
So you're going to be cursing me before when the first comes along, because I'm going to be putting in so much stuff in.
All right, sounds good.
Which candle stuff would you recommend? Like as a really strong smell.
All of them. I mean, certain ones don't like, but they all have a very strong smell in their own right.
Yeah, my flat is thinking of your which is a beautiful smell. People, when they come in my door, I have my burner there, and I'm burning some of your wax melts.
Okay.
And it literally goes all over the whole apartment. You were wondering why did Susan order the same stuff? It's because I'm in an apartment and I want it all to be the same thing.
Okay. Makes sense.
But we have 15 people who won't leave me alone.
Okay.
And I said, don't worry. So they've sent me the money.
Okay.
And we're going to get you sorted on the 15th. But if you think you can find a cheaper way of sending it, we're going to send it to this address.
Okay.
Yeah, everything's going to be sent to this address.
Cheapest way to do it is do it all at once. Is do it all for one person. One address. You just got to let me know exactly. Email me exactly what people want, and I can get you a price on shipping, and then you could just PayPal.
Brilliant. So you're going to be a busy girl. I can tell you that now, because I have a lot of people for you.
Okay.
And what happened was, and the reason that happened is because I had sent some of my wax melts, what I bought from you, over to Ireland. They were crazy about them.
Ah, that's good.
And I said, well, that's Laura, who I know on YouTube. I consider you as a friend.
Okay.
If you don't mind me saying so.
No, not at all.
Laura, I've made up a new channel as well. It's for people with PTSD and other problems, other mental, we won't say, I don't want to really say mental health issues, but I want to create a place where it's people can, relate to things.
Okay.
Because, I went down road when I got a lot of stuff said about me, and I ended up doing something stupid. And you know what? I bounced back stronger.
Good. That's always a good thing.
And I would like any of your supporters, even if you don't suffer with these kind of things, please, 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 just sub up so I can get more numbers. I think I've only done the channel for about a week now, and I have about 13 subscribers.
Okay.
So we're looking for more subscribers because we want to go live. We want to do StreamYard. So, Laura, can I ask you something? How
Sure.
many people you need to have to go to do StreamYard?
You can use StreamYards on anything. You could have 5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, you're going to be cursing me off on the 15th. You'll be thinking, sorry I met that girl.
No, believe me, I
Because
do.
I have
There are
so
times,
many people.
There are times I do 30 candles a day, like every day.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
So not a problem.
They did go in and have a quick look at your site. Your site is done so professional, it's unbelievable. It's really good.
I'm actually redoing the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm rebranding, new name, new everything. I'm stepping it up a bit. But it's going to take time. It's not something that's happening tomorrow.
Yeah. Look, you know what to say. Rome wasn't built in a day, right?
Exactly.
I'm sorry I ordered just the one candle. I should have ordered more. But what I do is I quench the candle when people leave.
I understand. No, it's fine.
Because it smells so beautiful. It's absolutely fab. And the way you're so professional, the way you box it up, and honest to God, when I got it, I was like, wow.
Thank you.
This is amazing. This is really nice. The way it was all boxed up beautifully, the boxes, the way you had done it, it was so professional. It was really absolutely beautiful. And I took pictures and I sent them on to Ireland. They're like, oh, well, we want that. So basically, I got 15 customers for you, but it's going to look like it's going through me, but it's not all for me.
Okay, that's fine. I know she should do a commercial. Well, thank you. And let me know.
You're very welcome, sweetheart. You really, you work so hard for what you do, and there you go. Look what happened.
I hear you.
And I'm the kind of girl where I have family members and they see what I got and they're like, yeah, I want that too.
It's all good. I get it.
Yeah.
And I'm ready
It's
when you are.
Susan. The cashmere one is really good.
Yeah, the amount of I got loads of candle wax mats from Laura, and I was sending them to Ireland. They were like, we want more. Well, I said, send over the money then, and what we'll do is we'll ship them all to my address, and I will literally repost them to Ireland, which is, I think, is a much better thing to do, to be honest. Instead of going like all different addresses, basically, because there's 15 people looking.
That's awesome.
I told you, girl, you meet nice people. We're not all bad.
I totally agree. I understand.
Laura, can I ask you a favor?
Sure.
Can some of your mods drop my link in your chat just to get more subs for my channel? And my channel is really a nice channel. It's going to be about PTSD and maybe other stuff like that. It's not about true crime or anything.
Yeah, we could do that.
Thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
So just wait for. I want more candle. Your candles have gone down. So actually, I want more candles as well to myself.
Okay.
We all want a double wicks one because that's something you do not see in UK or Ireland. You will never see a double wicks candle here. And when I was showing my family my candle, they were like, "Oh my God, where did you get that from?" America has it.
There you go.
We want. So basically, they're after sending me their money already, and we're gonna basically put it into my account, and I'm gonna do the whole thing.
Okay.
On the 1st, you're going to be a really busy girl. I can tell you that now.
That's okay. I'm busy every day.
They're looking for a lot of candles, and a lot of the waxes, the melt waxes as well.
Okay. Sounds good.
There you go, sweetie. good things come out of good people.
Absolutely. And thank you for coming up. We will drop the link and I'll look forward to your email about the candles so I can give you a shipping
Yeah,
price.
and when my channel starts building, drop your link inside, your candle link inside mine as well.
Okay.
Because there's probably going to be a lot of Irish people joining mine.
Okay.
So you want to start, so I give you total permission to drop your candle link in there as well. So I'm going to do it this once for them. I mean, they're putting a lot of fucking pressure on me, but get me this. I can't do that. I was like, okay, I'll sort it out. I'm going to do it once. I'm going to do it it's going to be like the first of next month, sorry. It's the first of next month. And they can do it themselves after that, basically.
Okay. All righty.
So I was listening to everything was going on, and it was a guy with mental health problems you were speaking about.
Okay.
A very young guy. Don't know really what to say about that, to be honest.
I hear you.
It kind of what to say? It's hard. It's hard to say that someone with mental health would go and shoot up a school or whatever he had done. You know, I don't know. I really don't know. He's probably going. He's just after destroying his whole life. And it's sad. It's sad.
I agree. Yeah, she's from England, the UK.
Oh, it's the UK one. Whereabouts in the UK did that happen?
No, someone asked you from a different country.
Yeah, they're wondering about my accent probably. I'm Irish born, half English, half Irish, but I live in the UK.
Yeah, I was waiting for one of the mods because I can't do it at this. I can't at the second because I got two screens open. But I was waiting for one of the mods.
Yeah, no.
But I am going to get off in a second because I got stuff to do. Kids are going to be home any minute. And
Yeah,
I got labels to make and stuff to package. So I'm going to close down StreamYards, but I want to thank both of you guys for coming up. And that's it. So thank you guys for coming up. And Kiki, I'll see you in Patreon, and Susan, just email me and I will drop your link.
I will do, you know I will.
All right.
And I'm the real Susan, by the way.
What?
I heard that I was said and everything. There was a lot of trolls, and basically I stepped back for a little bit and didn't go on YouTube, and then suddenly, I mean, I was told like by professionals, face your demons by opening a channel, and maybe you can do good by explaining
Thank you,
what happened to you in a way, you know.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Absolutely.
So I've been down and I've bounced back stronger.
That's all that matters. So, all right, I'm going to shut down.
All right, sweetie, I know you need to sort out your children, so we'll let you go.
All right.
And ask your moms to drop my link in your chat if you don't mind.
They just did.
Oh, thank you very much,
right.
sweetie. And
You're
I'll be
welcome.
on queue for in around the 31st to sort out some candles and stuff like that.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, sweet.
All right. Bye. All right. So yeah. So I apologize for that, but someone talks ordering candles, you know, I gotta talk. So, and you know, she's been a good supporter of candles. So that's why I chair more than you know. And do you know that when I got pregnant with twins, that was the one thing people were worried about? Oh, Laura's never going to have the patience. She's never going to have the patience. I think my twins gave me the patience. So there's that. But I am going to shut down, though. The kids are going to be home soon. I want to grab something to eat real fast. And I got to make labels. Fun. But I really am. Yeah, she is a customer. I am rebranding everything. I'm trying to think of an awesome name. And I just don't know what to do. I've been racking my brain for days. but I'm building a whole new website. I'm much more professional, much more up to date. Even though mine's not even a year old, it's just web design. You got to keep up with trends. So things are going to be different, but like it's going to take me a little time because I just don't have the time to sit down, for hours on end every day and do a website. So it's slowly coming along, but it's coming along. So with that, I am out. I am going to make labels and candles. You can vote on a name, but I'll tell you what I'm looking for if anyone wants to start thinking and rack their brain. So there's a tea company called Piper and Leaf Tea Company, the most brilliant name ever. I want something like that for candles. I want something that is trendy, that's like brand new, that's just screams luxury, not House of Lord, screams, simple. Like, I just think Piper and Leaf Tea Company is like the most brilliant name I've ever heard. Like, I really do. Something classy. Like, I was looking at French names, Latin names, then I was going to do wax and wicks in Latin or in French, but it's too long. Like, just so many things I've thought of, and I just can't come up with a name. Some of the obvious are taken already, but Sent from Above it doesn't say what I'm looking for. It's bold and masculine, and like, to me, Piper and Leaf is very masculine. Capri Company's taken already. Alice and Jane, no. Then I thought just making up one as Scott Frank candles. Then I thought of using Phoenix. All right, Phoenix SD. One thing I looked up was Daytonology. I said, that's actually really good, but what do I do about my other kids? So I thought that was cute, Daytonology. I kind of like that. I really like that. But Daytonology PS or PS Daytonology, maybe? I don't know. But I thought using Phoenix would be good because then I have a logo. I am trying to incorporate all the names. Pip and Lottie. I like that. That's kind of cute, actually. But it just doesn't fit candles, though. I don't know how to incorporate all the names. But I did like Daytonology. I was like, oh, I really like that. I'm rebranding a candle company. But you need something that sounds luxurious and trendy. Exactly. Like, Piper and Leaf is to tea what blank and blank is to candles. PS Daytonology. Maybe. Like, I just feel the PS isn't there. But I thought Daytonology was an awesome name. I just don't know how to get, work in the other two. So, yeah, I have been losing my mind for days trying to come up with something. So I tried Name Generator. That's how Post Malone came to be. I tried. Phoenix and Sage Daytonology is way too long. Scientology, I think it's taken. Sage is but there's no logo for it. Like, Daytonology Sage doesn't work. Think Young, because that's who spends money. Wax and Wick is taken already. If someone came up with that, it's taken already, though. Flames of Sage? No. Wicked Lottie. What's with you and Lottie? I'm telling you, it's hard. Like, I got to rebrand everything, but I know what I want in my head. Sensual Sense is taken. I know what I want in my head, but I haven't heard it yet. Although Daytonology has come close. Wicked Sense is taken. A lot of the obvious is taken. Candle from Randall? No. So think about it, though. Let me know. Email me, message me, something. Because, yeah, I'm losing my mind. So, all right. I will see you guys later. That's it. I'll see you guys later and have a wonderful day. It's true. Something that's trendy, younger pit. That's what I'm saying. I need something. Olive and Lane. I kind of like that too. But who's the Olive? Who's Lane? Pip and Wax? Not bad. I have a feeling Pip and Wax probably taken. Hold on, let me look. Candles to handle now. Pip and Wax doesn't seem taken, but what's a Pip? That's the problem. What's a Pip? Nah, I don't want numbers. Flame? No, you don't want that. What was that other one? Olive and Lane. Olive Lane is already a candle company. So you can't do that one. Wax and Relax? Nah. Sensuous Scientology? Too long. You're welcome, Cornelia. Pip and Poe? Nah, I don't want odor changers. Kiki and Lindsay? I like that. PSD Sense? I thought of that too. You have to think totally out of left field. I know. Google Foo Fight. I agree with that, Neon. No, not Fabulous Fragrances. Sage Road. Yeah, but what? Then I'm leaving the other two out. Would you want to incorporate your last name? I probably wouldn't use my last name, but I'm like, Laura Evans Candles. I could do that. But I don't know. I think I need more of a man name like Scott Frank or Austin Heights or something like that, you know? Kevin Scott. Kevin Scott is a good name. It's a strong, masculine, you know, sounds like a good name. Evans Heavens. That's cute, but it's too cute. Heavenly Sense taken already. Twinkle Flicker, nah. Wacky Waxes, Austin Heights is a very, it's probably taken. Yeah, Austin Heights Candles exists. Oh no, Austin Heights, BC. Nah, Austin Heights is taken. Nah, Crackling Candles. I don't want anything like that. Or come up with a name like Evan Kevin Candles. But I'm telling you, it's really hard. Olive and James. What's with you and Olive? Olive and James. There's an Oliver James. Candles for Olive James. Candle for Peter James Evans and Olive Rose Evans. In my business I'm about to start is going to be called Girl on a Rope. Any guesses of soap? Oliver Pip? Nah. There's an Olive and Company candles. Would you want to use a color name like brown, blue? I don't know. Like I said, I'll know when I hear it. Lily and James. You're like taking no names and separating them. Lily and James, I don't like. As long as you're not in the same kind of industry, you can still use a trademark. True. Like the Candleberry. That's a good name. Diptology. It's a great name. Evan Blue Wax. You can't use Waxworks. That's taken already. Ryan Porter. That's a good name. Ryan Porter's Candy Ear. Blah, blah. Chadwick's Candlesticks. That's cute, but it's not candle. I don't do candlesticks. Evan Michael, I think that's somebody's name already. But I don't like Michael, even though it's Phoenix's middle name. Shade, I don't want it long. I want it short. Like no more than 2 words. Evan Blue sounds weak. Austin Gray, not bad. Purple Evan, Scented Heavens. Yeah, that's cute. It's too cute, though. Do my candles burn houses down? No, only if you light it on fire yourself. Evan Black. That's not bad. That's what I'm saying, 1 hour drive floors. What about using your twins' name? I've tried working it in together. Shady Sense? No. Hold on. Best candle. Oh, best luxury names. Frederick Malrubber. Deluxe Dream. Bibliotech. Medora Leaf. Frederick Malacandle. Brunella Cucinelli. Hotel Collection, which is fucking brilliant name for a candle. Loose Lips. Joe Malone, Tom Ford, Lee Labobo, Diptyque, Santel, Valuspa. Like, that's why I was looking up a lot of names. Aura of Laura, nah. It's not strong. Like, I need strong. Like, Frank's, like, Tom Ford. It's simple, but it's strong. Joe Malone, not so strong. Christian Dior, strong. Steels, strong. Like something like Dior. Just something like that. Nah, not Laura's Bouquet. It's the flower shop. Landon Blue. Not bad. Landon Blue isn't bad. I just wish I could do it. Sniff. Like, what a brilliant name. Sniff. Sniff Candles. That's fucking brilliant. Big Juicy. Let's see. I'm trying to look at other names. Barredo. Simple. Boy Smells. You know, like there's just so much. Brooklyn. Neiman Marcus. A little weak, but Clash Fragrances. What a fucking great name. Made Solid. Another good name. Coffee and Motivation. It is hard. I've been doing it for days. Dio Candle. Like, there's tons. So, yeah, that's what I've been working on. Sage Twin. No, I don't really want to use Wick. I just want, like, Dior, Chanel. These are strong names. I need Madonna. Strong name. I need something like that. So, name your top candle sellers, your kids' names, River Road. Now, actually, there is a River Road. I don't even want Evans Candle Company. which I'm sure that's taken. But like I said, it could be, I really want a strong, just a strong name. What's wrong with the Intrepid candles? I love it. It's not what I want. I mean, it is, but it's not. I may stick with it. Don't get me wrong. But before I do my final paperwork, I want the name that I want forever. And I don't know. It's just not giving me what I want. I don't know. Think of road names. True. I don't know. Like I said, like Piper and Leaf is to tea what blank is to my candles. Evans, no, I don't want anything like that. One name, best, no more than two. Sniff and tell. That's kind of cute, but it doesn't give the luxury that I'm looking for. Windsor. There is a Windsor candles. Sniffing and Company. She would kill me. So, all right. I'm getting off though. The cashmere, there already is a cashmere candles. I will see you guys later. I'll leave all of you guys thinking. And that's it. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.